Hello YouTube! I'm Pinstar, and this is Pinstar Plays Against the Storm. Yeah, let's call it strategy and tactics. As you can see, we're about to embark on a new cycle. But things we've gone a little bit further in our difficulty level. We in the last video, we conquered the lead seal. We have long gone past the lead seal here. We have done the our last seal was the cobalt seal. The cobalt seal is third from the top. We are now chasing after the penultimate seal, the titanium seal. And the seal itself is this the one? Yeah, way the heck out there. Now, we could also chase it down here. We could also just punt and do the cobalt seal again, but we already did the cobalt seal. That being said, there's an interesting path of, you want to pass as many of these question marks as possible, and not to mention there's a very dense array of events here, including a 2-for-1, like right here, a 2 negative one, so we can start building up our extra royal resupplies nice and early, to use for the seal, or maybe bolster us for some of the later ones close to the seal, depending on our needs. But yeah, let's dive in, shall we? I think we shall. We've also gotten a lot of upgrades. We only have a few left. Like, this is literally the top of the tree, and these are the only ones we have left. Everything else has been obtained. And it's very important to continue getting your upgrades, because that's what makes some of the higher difficulty levels more manageable. But we're not at all the upgrades, but we're not at the hardest levels either. All right, Ruthville from our Patreon Name and Game supporters. Thank you all for your continued support. All right, first we got to pick our group here. We've got 9 humans plus 2, so that's a total of 11. It's almost always worth it to just take the larger number of people, unless the other goods that they are coming with, the other freebies, are much better. Here, the extra freebies are pretty comparable. These ones are pretty good, except they lack the -2, or the extra 2 random people. And also having a diversity of types, like we have a little food, we have some leather. Leather's not that great, but a little extra fuel in the form of the sea marrow, very good safety net. So I think I'm going to, with 11 base people here, I'm going to take the human pack here. We don't know what the other 2 races are, but that's okay. We can play with the hand that we are dealt. Almost always want to get more villagers, so that will bring us up, I believe, to 14, which is a good starting array. Wood's not strictly required, but it's also helpful to get a quick start. Always good to, when planks only cost you 2, grab yourself some planks. Stone does not this is going to be a Royal Woodlands map, and stone does not occur here naturally. A 42 pack of stone could get us a large cache to open up, which can snowball us pretty well, depending on what they have and what other things need. Human houses tend to need bricks. Not that we're going to go straight into that, but bricks are a good gain. And then, yeah, we can go for some eggs. Little extra eggs, little extra food as a safety net. All right, the two negative modifiers that we are going to be simultaneously dealing with is Silent Dominion. I think we've had this one in an early one. This one only lets you hold 3 annual or Stormforged cornerstones at a time. But if we keep a short game, that's not going to really be a problem. Dangerous lands, only dangerous glades can be found. Also not a problem. I prefer dangerous glades over small ones. So Both of these not too shabby. All right, let's dive in, shall we? Our boon, hot springs. Rainwater geysers produce pleasant heat in their vicinity. Geyser pump operators get plus 10 to resolve. Now, we don't really want manual operators of geyser pumps. So this one's not so good. As for our negatives, vanishing water, annoying but not too harmful. Faint flame, not too bad. Bitter rain, not too bad. Annoying. And then unyielding corruption. Yeah, actually none of these really, none of these can really hurt us. All right, now let's just, for those of you who are not familiar, review. We are on Prestige 10 of 20. So we have a bunch of negative this is Viceroy difficulty plus a bunch of negative modifiers. We need, besides the 2 that come with the map, we need 4 more points of reputation to win. The storm lasts just as long as all of the drizzle and clearance. Every 3 years we get cysts, even if we aren't using Blight Rot. Our rerolls cost us 10 extra amber more to start with, so no freebie rerolls. They are faster to leave if they have lower resolve. Buildings require 50% more materials. This is the first one that really stings. Villagers have a 50% chance of eating double food. This stings. 50% chance of consuming double service goods. We can live with that. This one can be dangerous. Scouts work 33% slower on glade events, so you have less time to solve them before the bad thing happens. And then lastly, the crooks of P10. Traders do not pay us nearly what they used to for our trade goods. It's still worth it to trade, but man, does things get more expensive this way. All right, let's see what we got here. So we've got humans, harpies, and foxes. An eclectic mix, but I mean, whenever we have the foxes harpies combo, I'm a happy person, because that gives us a chance for T to be our end game. But it's a little bit early for end game. I am really happy to see fertile lands with humans in our settlement. If we get a farm in our early blueprint picks, I will grab it so that we can start planting from day one. And I may take my blueprints sooner rather than later in an effort to get a farm if I don't get it offered right away. The other perks, so humans let us see the glade with the nearest patch of fertile ground besides our starting one. So we can see this glade up here has a patch of fertile ground. Foxes identify the glade with the nearest geyser. We can see there's a clearance geyser in this exact same glade. And then harpies come with 50 coats. Doesn't give us any info, but it's useful nonetheless. So we already know this is going to be a pretty farm-heavy game, which is fine because we start with the majority humans. Farm? No farm. But I am more than happy to take early picks here to dig for a farm, especially since we've got some really good ones, like the carpenter. The carpenter's going to be useful to us no matter what we bump into. So we're going to take carpenter. Okay. Now we're getting into some dicier ones. So the bathhouse is how we get into a TN game. The problem is this is our second blueprint pick and it's an end game building. We are not going to be building this for ages. That being said, we already got planks, so the supplier isn't really going to do well for us. We do not, greenhouse is effectively, yes, greenhouse does depend on having fertile soil, but it is more dependent on having a drizzle geyser than it is having that. And we have no clue if we're going to bump into large grain, root, or veggie nodes. So you know what? I'm taking the bathhouse. Ah, sadness. No instant No instant farm, so we are not going to be farming that year one. I am going to hold on to these picks because the herbalist camp might be useful to us depending on what we find in our first glade. That being said, let's get a woodcutter's kit. We know we want to burrow into this glade. It's got an early geyser. It's got early farmland. There's no question where we want to burrow to first. And we also don't know what else is here, other than it being dangerous, but we'll be fine. All right. Right. Trading post. We do want the early trading post. The other part, I think we're going to go for an early rain collector. Always build that near your hearth here. We can go for an instant carpenter to be able to start making more planks right away. I'd be okay with that. It does use stormwater, so piping it right away is not necessarily going to be useful. So I won't until we determine that we are going to go for that. Also, the other thing to note is now that we know we have a clearance geyser, buildings that use clearance water are more valuable to us. So the cooperage, and actually probably more so the provisioner, may be more useful to us. Yes, the kiln does give us bricks, but and jerky for our harpies, but not very efficiently. Now, the other thing is we don't have a means to produce complex food right now. We have insects and a whole lot of eggs, which means I think we're going to need to throw down a field kitchen. As much as it pains me, because field kitchen is just so inefficient, but right now, short term, I'd rather them be munching on skewers, because skewers are the number one thing that you make with the field kitchen. Even if your other species don't really care for it, they are easiest to make in bulk. And we've got both halves of the equation. We've got the insects, and then we've got the eggs over here. I am going to, everyone, I have just, and this is how I play. Everyone starts with everything turned off. I'm going to turn on raw eggs just in case somebody sneaks in a break, but I want to try and get skewers production up and running as quickly as possible. So if we're going to be going for more bricks, we are going to need clay for those. The other thing, I'm not sure if I want a makeshift post just yet. I want to see what's in our next thing, and then we can determine what else we want. I will get some roads going, though. And I will certainly be getting these down. In fact, what I will do, even though we don't have a farmhouse, let's just farm field these, because that needs to happen anyway. Yeah, and also, yeah, let's just see what we get in the new glade, because that's really going to determine our next order of operations and priorities, as well as what we might take for our third blueprint. All right, I am going to get one person in here. Yeah, just one, because we don't want to use up the raw wood too quickly. Here we will do skewers, and here I will connect the pipes. Let's get, yeah. We want them to start giving us some water here. And then we will get a couple of people in here to start making these. I'm going to set it, I'm going to not have a limit set here, because I just want all of our raw food to be turned into skewers. I will also enable skewers for everybody. Only the foxes actually want the skewers. And actually, All right, we're gonna need to try to find porridge as soon as we can, because porridge solves for 2 out of 3 of our groups here, and porridge is also very cheap. Field Kitchen used to be able to make porridge a few patches/expansions ago, but they nerfed that because that was way too powerful. I don't blame them for nerfing that, but alas and alack. Oh yeah, let's get... Unfortunately, we only have 2 foxes instead of the 3, meaning that we are not able to activate their comfort bonus, because you need 3 foxes in a single workplace to activate that. But yeah, we'll get all of our road networks down. I know we also do still need to build our houses and all that. Although I think now that we have an early source of planks, let's just do... We're just going to do big shelters here, and then maybe like a species specific house, if depending on how the resources shake out. Dang, I was going to hope we could sneak that in there. Well, we can sneak that in there. That's fine. That covers almost everybody. And then for species specific, we could do a human house. Fox house, no. Harpy house, no. We are very low on cloth, actually. I think we are going to need the crude workstation here so that we can turn something into cloth. Do we have cloth making materials? We might not. We do not have cloth making materials, but let's see. All right, cornerstones. Ooh, peasant supplies is good early, but we might be taking that provisioner, in which case this is less important. Export specialization is pretty good. Blood price contract would be good if we had bats. We could also re-roll here, but no, I think I'm going to go export specialization because it is so universally useful, both early game and late game. All right. Oh, a blood flower. A nice and early blood flower. All right, there's our clearance, geyser. That does not really inform us of anything. We have 11 billion things of clay. Blood flower have anything interesting on it? I don't think we're going to go farming this at the moment. So the problem with the blood flower is it saps our food in storage while it's being worked, which is not a really fun time and not a really good time to be having that. But I would rather this be taken care of sooner rather than later. And it doesn't require us to have any resources. And we have foxes who do still get their time to solve benefit there. So let's go after that. It'll still take them 4 minutes 41, and we're going to be bleeding stuff from there. Does this tell us anything? It tells us... Now, it tells us we don't have enough to build a provisioner even if we take it. But the herbalist camp is not... Yeah, I really don't like this clay node large 3. This is more clay that we could ever possibly use. And we already, like, the stonecutter's camp is already upgraded. Like, it starts that way by default. So it's not like we could, you know, spec into something that would be immediately useful. I do know I want the geyser pump. And we do know we want the warehouse, but we're going to need some cloth for that. That's the other problem here. Yeah, even the roots don't really give us anything. So we are actually desperately short on cloth. Unless we go and call a trader, but that would seem rather wasteful. And then, yeah, you don't have anything that is cloth adjacent. We could get cloth from our initial order, so no reason to be rash. I'm just going to let them... I don't want to crack open another glade. That's going to spike our hostility too much. Alright, let's see what our orders give us. Joyful foxes. You know what? I think we can hit joyful foxes because we are making skewers, and foxes love skewers. We give them houses, we favor them. Yeah, joyful foxes. Although, no, crap. The foxes are not going to take a break until they finish that flower. That being said, that's okay. Because we have 7.5 minutes to solve this. Flower is going to be done in 4 minutes 3. I don't want to distract them. People's resolve. Meat lover, no thank you. Humans resolve above 25, sure. Start your engines. There we go. Or upgrade a geyser pump. Or start your engines. We are going to be building a geyser pump and upgrading it, and that's 15 free bricks. Doesn't help us with that, but it's an early gain and another chance for, let's say, a farm or something that can give us fabric. And this gives us one more part. Camps require 5 parts with that 50% more building material, so parts are now rather scarce. So yeah, we're going to go for that because we know we're going to be building that there. And again, I don't think, yeah, we don't have any of the 3 things that can be turned into fabric at the moment, nor do we have the means to inefficiently produce them yet. We don't have any of those. So luxury, if we, yeah, no. Nothing here turns directly into luxury goods. Breaking open this could be useful for the meat. I'm going to throw that in the front. Because once we run out of insects for our skewers, the meat will allow us to continue making skewers. I do think, so the secondary effects, we do get some roots from here. I'm going to start us off by getting, yeah, roots here. Just because we don't quite have enough occupations for everybody at the moment. I don't think we're going to be able to get the humans up to the people's resolve for them quickly enough. Maybe with some early coats and favoring, and once we get their houses built. We'll see once we get the houses built here. All right, let's throw them on here just to help us out. Yeah, at 50-50, I could have taken the extra 14 cloth at embark, but instead I took the bricks. I should have taken the cloth. That would have put us in such a much better place than we currently are, but c'est la vie. I'm happy I got my carpenter. All right, and the other thing is with our humans, they have a bonus to that. Let's just, yeah, we'll grab you. Humans. Now, one other trick that you can do here to avoid the blood flower eating all of your food. Let me see. All right, we do have skewers available, which is good. How much time do we have left on the blood flower? We've got 3 minutes. So it could still burn some of this away. We'll let them deliver that. But sometimes it's useful to keep the stuff in inventory. Ooh, a ×2. Is that give me another ×2? 30. So the blood flower cannot touch these 30 right here. Or any of the stuff that's in raw material storage here, which is unfortunately there's none of right now. I would prefer them not to burn through those. Oh yeah, we can once we run out of eggs, we can use roots. And like I said, we have the meat for coming up. Okay, yeah, they're taking let's let them deliver their stuff and then make another batch of these. That's not ideal. Yeah, we only have 3 insects. And those don't come with insects. Well, I think I know what we can have you guys do. Who else can we abscond with? Probably you. Because I want both humans on this. And we need to make sure that these 10 skewers get left in the hopper here, so they don't get blood flowered. Because now that the blood flower has burned away all of our raw mats, the only thing that it's going to do every time it ticks is it's going to just burn through our skewers. Now it is going to give us some food, a little bit of food here. In fact, we'll want to make sure that that's the first thing it gives us. How many of these do we have? Oh, we have plenty. Let's get our things built. And maybe we can get the humans up there with a single human house. We've got enough bricks. Let's do it. And we need to house 2 more people anyway. And we do need to get a park so we can get our level 1 upgrade for our... Because we might be able to snipe the humans resolve one and then pivot, hard pivot, and then go for joyful foxes. Yep. We're not going to have any kind of good resolve if this blood flower just nukes all of our stuff. Minute 30 left on this thing. And you are officially out of food, so you help with building. Alright, humans are back up to 15, not enough. You can get +5 with favoring. Oh, you guys already finished that. Alright, well, we can do this. That lets us... I'm trying to think if that is the correct answer here. To pop this right here, right now. I think so. because we can get more people. Yeah, provisioner is the correct answer at this juncture, since we have another pick. Oh my freaking god. Enough with the greenhouse and these camps. Well, I'm going to hold on to these and crack open another glade, because maybe the camps will give us what we want. And I was hoping to have... Oh wait, wrong one. Yeah, we've got plenty of bricks. It's just these planks that we need more of. Because what I really, really need is for the foxes to have skewers available when they finish it. Because the minute they finish this flower, they are going to go on break and they're going to want skewers. But it does, I mean, we're making skewers now, but I don't think they're going to be ready in 15 seconds. And contrary, they may actually just become unhappy enough to... Yeah, because right now nobody is eating anything. We have enough time to get them turned around. And we just upgraded the hearth, so that gives everyone a base higher resolve. Yeah, these two need to hurry the heck up. In fact, hurry the heck up, please. They're not going to necessarily starve to death instantly, but we're at very much risk of failing this requirement without those skewers. Also, unfortunate that the one fox is being left out of the house. We could do another human house, because then that will make room in the generic houses for the fox. But if once the storm hits, we're toast in terms of getting joyful foxes done. Okay, skewers back on the menu. If I favor the foxes, though... Oh, wait, hang on. Alright, harpies will recover if we favor them, because we have paste, and harpies like paste. They just need to eat the paste. And actually, let's just further goose this up with some boots. Because I really, really want this to happen. But I don't know if it's gonna. I mean, it might not be so bad during the storm if we get rid of all of our woodcutters and we make the foxes comfortable. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's get our foxes. Because the blood flower is done. It's just you guys need to harvest your stuff. Let's get their comfort thing going here. Yeah, see, they're getting up there to 18. Now, unfortunately, we have to hold it there. I am going to proactively... Yeah, we're just under the hostility limit here. We have to hold it for 30 seconds. So technically, if we don't lose the level, we'll be okay. Ah, lost the level. Yeah, they're still hungry foxes. We have a little bit of time to recover, but they need to go on break real quick. So I think you need, yeah, it's like 30 seconds. All right, yeah, we didn't quite get the foxes. Sadness, but not unrecoverable, just obnoxious. Let's get the, well, no, we don't have the cloth. All right, you know what? We're gonna throw some caution to the wind here. Let's let you guys finish your planks. Because I don't think anyone's going to go too far in the negative if we pop a yeah, can't make any of those. We don't have any flour for biscuits, and we don't have any of containers for pickles, so our complex food is limited, to say the least. So let's crack into the glade. Let's throw some caution to the wind. And yeah, we don't have any of those to get some early freebies from. Oh yeah, now you're happy. Because the one guy that missed a meal finally ate. Will you stop giving me clay? God dang it! Alright, at least you gave me a drizzle geyser, but for Pete's sake, that's enough clay! God dang it! Alright, what's in here? Alright, this will keep us alive for a little longer. Except we don't have the stone for it, and I am very hesitant to use this much marrow for it. I mean, plus 2 to pottery production. If we get something that can make pottery, that's kind of nutty. Oh wait, drizzle geyser! Greenhouse! Okay, alright. The greenhouse does not need nearly this much stuff. And actually, we don't actually need... We can build 2 greenhouses here. We'll start with 1. We need more pipes. No metal, but we can trade for metal. I will at least place the geyser pump down here. Oh yeah, what do we need to solve this? So yeah, if we perform ritual, we're gonna spike the hostility. It does long-term help us out, and we have the resources for this. We can wait for the end of the storm to solve this one. So I'm just gonna let this sit for a bit, because we've got the resin from all the random caches that we have. The resin, we're not going to need to panic trade for it. And also, still, we don't have anything that can produce cloth at all. Like, this is just getting obnoxious at this point. We have... Wait a minute, where'd these come from? Cloth! Cloth! Somebody make us some cloth. I mean, alright, 2 cloth. Alright, we're at 1 resolve. If we spike up to another one, what are you guys offering? Ooh, another trio of foxes. That's much better than a... Yeah, trio of foxes is better than these group, even though these have some more stuff to them. I know it does activate this, but that's okay. Let's let you finish this and we'll put our 3 foxes in here to make them happy and comfy. We will drop a big another big shelter here. We can also drop a garden and another park to get ourselves up to a level 2 hearth. Oh, you need cloth. Lovely. Well, at least we know we'll get that as a bare minimum. But we're going to need to say hello to the trader very soon. And we cannot forget about this. Destroys all roads. All right, we got our cloth coming in. I don't... Again, we could crack this open with the marrow, but that is iffy. Also, I realize we are very nearly starving to death, so that might not be a... might not have a choice here about iffiness or not. That blood flower really put us on the back foot. And yeah, the copperfin trout doesn't help us out. This will help us out. The greenhouse will help us out. Mushrooms become the quote-unquote meat half, and then we got the root half. So we can go back to making skewers once we are producing mushrooms, but it's a matter of not starving to death in between. Let's let everybody eat some paste since we're out of our stuff. We can turn off boots. And yeah, we're going to need to say hello to the trader is within 5 seconds once the storm ends. All right, I know foxes would be happy working here, but I need the extra production from the humans. All right, we're gonna put this right here. We will put you here just to be ready to start making this. Whew. That was a rough one. Protected trade. Hostilities reduced 15 for every time you sell goods. We haven't been selling a lot of goods just yet. Traders will not come. Yeah, no, thank you. Gain 4 crystallized dew for every 20 resin produced. No. Reroll. Calming water is a good one. Fedora hat. Crystal cathode, potentially. Especially since we have 2 geysers. That can help us out greatly. I'm doubling event loot. I think that's probably like stuff from here. Also, let's get working on this. Yeah, I don't know if the barrels from plank production is going to go that well for us. I kind of want to reroll again, although crystal cathodes are really good. I just wish we were not drowning in so much freaking clay. You know what? Calming water. We'll go with calming water. Mushrooms. We can absolutely gather this many mushrooms. Any complex need and deliver oil. This will give us more. But no, I'll take the harpy influx here for the mushrooms. Profit margin gives us the supplier. Little redundant. Happy foxes. Another attempt at this. But I'll take it. Especially since it gives us more foxes and bonus tea production. Hi. Please tell me you have something good for me. I don't need a big fishing hut. I don't need +1. I need freaking cloth. 25 of that. I could also buy myself up some stone. I could also buy some pipes, but again, we're up against some bad prices now since we're on P10. This will help stave off hunger and starvation, and give us like 11 billion of these. So it might be worth it. Let's just, first off, yeah, we need the cloth. That's goes without saying. How many? Because we need 4 pipes to get the geyser pump going. So 4 pipes, 25 cloth. Or we could just buy a bunch of algae. Algae is very cheap to turn into cloth. We don't have a means of efficiently doing it, but I can use some production cycles to do it with algae. Yeah, this is just sad. It takes this much just to buy a little of this. How much is 18 if we add that to the mix? Yeah, that's even more expensive. Because 18 will give us access to this. The problem is I wasn't producing any packs of provisions at this juncture. We'd have to give up 8 of our gears to make this purchase. You know what? Let's put you down to 7 and then bump it up with something like some leather. Okay. Done. Okay. Now you can make a whole bunch, well, some cloth with or some fabric rather, with the, that. You guys can finish this. And we can grab a couple more foxes. We're going to have to break up our trios, unfortunately, but them's the breaks. Well, actually, no. We don't want to break up all of our trios. We'll let you guys do your things. We'll set a fox on here, and then we can do, like, I don't know, a human. Yeah, we're dancing through there, but we got to complete 3 Glade events. But we are working on 2 Glade events. We're going to have to open another Glade to have a 3rd Glade event. And I'm also trying to make sure we don't starve to death. I will make sure everyone has access to biscuits once we get that, and biscuits are I've shuffled to the front, so that becomes the first thing that they harvest. You guys, oop, hang on. Oh, I need 2 more pipes to get the automaton here. Oh yeah, it's drizzle, and we have that one weird condition here. Because we need to get the human resolve one going too. Once we get the biscuits going, that might be a good solve for us. Because I really don't want to spend a lot of money on 2 more pipes. Because I don't really have anything else efficient I can liquidate. At least we've got that built. We've got plenty of planks. We don't necessarily need to staff the... I think what I'll do, let's clear that up. Because we're going to eventually build another greenhouse there. Yeah, I know, you guys are going hungry. I could really use you guys, like, eating something. Like, have a freaking sandwich. You know what? I can favor them to get them out of the danger zone till they have a snack. Oh, excellent. You guys are done. Once they get back to a +5, we'll be golden. We are going to need to tap into at least one more glade. Maybe we can find something besides frickin' clay. I'm probably going to build my second hearth up here once this thing gets cleared out, which means we will... Let's start tunneling towards this. I still need to favor them, at least until they have a snack. At some point we can do this, but we need we need to do a mission or something to get our second blueprint. Also, our resolve will get much better once this thing calms down in 2.5, almost 3 minutes. But at least we'll be solving it before the storm. That's the important part. And also before it goes off. And then that will give us a longer term boost. Alright, yeah, now we're up to 54 skewers. I think we're good on skewers now. I mean, let's build up the supply of food. Let's I ain't turning my nose up to that. Yeah, this greenhouse is what is saving our behind right now, but we need some more blueprints to expand our economy. We should also probably actually start tapping into some of this clay, even though I am complaining about it endlessly. I can put the thing right here. I hear a harpy yelling at me. What you got for me, girl? They're still kind of pissed at us. Oh, it's because we're out of paste. So their favored food is gone. They will calm down once we finish this event. So yeah, we're just going to have to hold the favor so they do not depart. This is the creeping way where the longer glade event time, the longer time needed to solve really kind of creeps in there, because all of these on work effects drag on for that much longer. Maybe you guys should hold off on cracking that open till this is done in 25 seconds. The foragers camp is done, and if I have you over here, like, that's not going to be efficient for anybody. That's the only thing feeding the other half of these routes, but honestly, I think we're okay. We'll recover all of our stuff there. Let's get another greenhouse, actually. It's going to go real hard on our water here. Well, you opened it anyway. And hey, it's some... Alright, another clearance geyser is not really what we needed. These guys. Well, there's resin. We need only a little bit more to convert them. But fewer pipes would be nice. Tearing it down, not really an option. Hostility is increased by 360. And then this just kills 2 people. Yeah, not... Well, hang on, what's in here? Ooh, incense. Incense solves that. But we... Oh, no, we can crack this open. All right, we've got this solved. The fear factor is going to be a bit of a nasty bite. The timing's going to probably be a little unfortunate here. Although this thing reducing hostility by 4 is certainly going to help. We'll get you in here because you count as harmony. Doesn't do anything right now, but I'll take the minus 50. All right, we can unfavor you and then maybe flip favor to the humans. Yeah, we can flip favor to the humans. Oh yeah, let's get the hearth, because that also can help us out. Now is when we need those camps to get us these dewberry bushes, because that would be much preferable. So let's get roads painted over here. I'm going to move you guys back down here real quick and shave these trees down a little bit so that we can connect these two. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to hold it long enough. We're gonna wait for the favoring cooldown to finish here. Still annoyed that we have this much fertile ground and no actual farms. Alright, let's see if we can't sneak this out before the storm. 30 seconds. Oh, we get it just in time. I'll take that. And then we can unfavor in time before it sends the harpies fleeing. And we can get somebody on here. And that will further reduce hostility. Done. That gives us 2 more humans. We can finish. All right, what do we got? Beanery. Yes. Beanery. Well, all right, we got porridge. We've also got ale and packs of crops. We have our first proper farm, but it pales in comparison to what we have here. Crystallized dew gives us metal production. I mean, granted, we're going to have tons of copper from our secondaries coming in, but that doesn't really help us out. Ale, I mean, we can have tons of containers once we get a clay pot coming in. And ale, I mean, the humans like ale, but that's about it. I'm going to go beanery. We just need, yeah. Let's get the foxes in here. Yeah, we're need. All right, so the storm lasts for 4 minutes. I'm trying to do some math here. This estimated time will drop quickly if we send 2 foxes at it, so I think we can wait out the storm, because we're going to be getting slammed with a big, nasty 360 extra hostility. But I think we'll be okay. And also we got our Glade events completed here, so that works out nicely. I'm trying to think if the herbs are going to do us any good, or I think we just need to double up on mushrooms right now. If we take more people... 4 more people. I mean, granted, we can peel people off of the woodcutters camp. Yeah, we can do that so that we keep everyone down a level here. Let's get you bricking. Harpy's resolve is low. Harpies might need some coats because we don't have their preferred food. No, we can favor them to get them back up. Granted, this beanery doesn't do us any good on that front either. But it will let us get an automaton in here to help replace these 2. I know, they're ticking down. We just gotta favor them. Come on. And now they actually need to get up, that was a little close. That was a little close. Oh yeah, you too. Well, we have herbs. We don't have flour. We don't need flour. We have fish. We don't have dye. That would give us some paste. Let's get you guys out of here and into something useful. Yeah, we got 2 of you going in here. We should just throw down a fishing camp. Because this will actually get us some fuel back. And we've got enough extra people, and we can do a triple on the foxes. Well, let's get that beanery a beanin'. Also, we need some more houses. You have enough. We need a service building for you to get you to level 3, but we can grab like a human house over here, move you over here, and then get a few more. I mean, fox houses, once we start getting our beanery cooking, it will be good. I'm really hesitant. Well, we can do 1 harpy house to help shore their happiness up, and then we can get 2 more human houses, plus the park, and that will get this up to level 1. All right. Ooh, we can do happy fox strats here. Where's our other foxes? I know we've got 2 of them in the cache. We just can have 1 finish us off here. Pickled goods, again, we don't have the container production yet, but we can get there. We've got all kinds of goodies here. I'm happy to use any of those. We don't want to use drizzle water, but we do automatically produce clearance water, so that'll be good. We eventually want to pipe this. Let's get 100 here. And then for crystallized dew, you know what? I don't want you using herbs, but I do want you using herbs. I don't want you using resin, but I do want you using clay. And then, yeah, I'm fine with you using clearance here. And we'll do a limit of 10 on that one. There's our fish pond, which is another triple we can do with the foxes. But our foxes are going to be occupado pretty soon. Like, very soon. I need to put 2 foxes here to see what the time actually is. 5:29 is what we actually get down to. Now, granted, that does not factor in transportation time. It's going to be cutting it kind of close. But we really can't absorb that until the end here. So, yeah, you know what? You guys just finish this off. And next year, unfortunately, we are going to need to get on top of blight fighting, and that's where our fuel problems may come into play. All right, I think you guys are good for now. So I'm gonna. Oh, we don't have packs of crops. We do need to make packs of crops, and that's gonna mean a makeshift post. Oh yeah, we never built our provisioner. Let's build our provisioner. We are overdue for the provisioner because we kind of should be trading. All right. So maybe not just yet. Hopefully we'll get some cheap oil or something. Alright, we can do a harpy influx. Should we do a harpy influx? Probably not till after the storm. I mean, the harpies, we could have the harpies go after there. We've got plenty of bricks. We'll turn that off. Alright, I gotta be ready to pounce with these foxes. Alright, that gets that up a level. I might start them on this because yes, it's going to tank everybody's resolve like real hard. And it's also going to wake up a whole bunch of these, but we need to start ferrying. Man, I could almost do it with resin. But I will do it with let's make it happen. Yeah, it puts everybody into the deep negatives. But by the time the storm ends, everyone will have recovered. And we don't have any, like, lethal forest mysteries. Berry baskets would be good. Ooh, small press. Oil from flour can help us out. What do you got? 4. Yeah, we don't have those ready to go. I sold those, so we're going to go with neighborhood. Oh, this one's easy. This one will become easier, but this'll... I mean, between harpies and humans, they both want coats, and we've got lots of coats, and we already have bonuses for coats. So this would just give us more bonuses for coats and more incentive to go for that route. So yeah, let's just turn on coats. Let's turn on porridge. Still yet another year without a farming building here, but what can you do? We'll do 15 here. We'll do 50 here. Yeah, we're gonna need to get our makeshift post because I do want the bait. Oh yeah, let's get people in here. I don't want to crack open another glade, but what I will do... Just trim the hedges around here. Because here we just need a few more people. We also need a service building. All right, we're about to get our next thing finally with our foxes resolve here. And we'll have our need for coats fulfilled pretty soon, too. Oh yeah, you guys, yeah, you're finally tapping into the beanery. All right, give me something good. Manufactory, or the apothecary. Apothecary's really good. Tea we need because we already have the bathhouse. Dye we need for paste, and jerky is good for harpies. Apothecary. Done. Still not a farm, but we are still kind of doing the farm thing. You guys will be done soon, right? Oh, I mean, yeah, we're ahead of it by about a minute, but it's still a little spicy. Just a little spicy. All right, let's get the pack of crops. We're gonna go for a held limit here. You guys are... Why don't you guys make us some packs of luxury goods with the remainder? I don't think we have anything else that produces luxury goods at the moment. Well, actually, tea produces luxury goods. Now, we can't actually start making tea because we need containers, but no, we can't do that either. But we can do dye with all of this copper ore. So let's get a harpy in here to make us some dye. We'll go from there. Oh yeah, we could probably free up some materials from that thing. Oh yeah, you know what I could do? I could build the bathhouse now. Well, we need more cloth, but we could build the bathhouse now. But we should build the blight post now, because we know for a fact we're going to need it. Zorg! Buddy, what do you got for me? Insect traps. Oh, that's how we solve for the jerky right there. We need money. And you're gonna not be very kind about that. Yeah, because even if I get this, you're not going to be stuck around long enough for us for these to cash in. But we need insect traps. But we do not have a wealth of goodies. So that's going to be a sad panda moment right there. I think the best thing we can do is get some fuel with our limited cash, because fuel is just so darn efficient, money wise and that wise. But yeah, if we had more money, that would be the way to go. Put one of you two on herb duty. Yeah, because you're not really taking that from us. Sorry, insects. Sorry, harpies. But we still have our piped field kitchen. And once we have that, we don't have the other components. Welp. Many whelps. Well, having the dye handy is still gonna be useful, so we'll do something with it. How you guys doing? 3 minutes 40. I mean, we'll finish before the next storm. That's what's important. But it's gonna be a hot minute. You have cloth, don't you? Yeah. Oh, but we have luxury goods. The luxury goods delivered. Again, luxury goods are still not worth that much. Oops. There we go. Yeah, 6.75. Even if we had saved our cash, we wouldn't have enough for that. But now part of me wants to splurge into that. Part of me wants to buy more oil, because we're going to need that for the blight fighters. We do need a harpy to start crafting us fuel. Purging fire. Yeah, see how close we got down to just burning wood. That's yeah. Although at this point, actually, I wouldn't mind burning wood for purging fire. We'll get 10 of these here and just let you craft them up. And now, where are my foxes at? You three are ready because I saw the bait there. Only with bait, please. Yeah, if he's not buying our mushrooms, he does buy the herbs, but we don't have nearly an abundance of them enough. I mean, I'm happy to sell the herbs as is, because we're going to be making more of them. Oh yeah, you guys are done. We can do a little bit more cloth. We're almost to a few more pipes. All right, we can get at least one of you out here. The foxes will eventually let us limp into the next blueprint. Although, no, we can just... Oh my god, 20 cloth. Alright, we need a cloth production line. We have the dye. That's one important component. Herbalist camp. That gets us our berries. Yeah, herbalist camp. That gets us our berries, and these are close enough to be a reasonable ask. I don't think we necessarily need to build another warehouse for it. We just got to road it up. Although I don't think I took the berries one. That +2 berries. But yeah, we have tons of... We do need a coat production building here. Alright, we do need one more... I mean, we'd love to play the bathhouse now. Even though we don't have tea production up online, that could get this up to level 3. Yep, there's the blight cysts, right on schedule. And if I'm not mistaken, the harpies will get a bonus to this one. So, yeah, let's conscript some harpies here. You need to stay on the apothecary. You need to stay on the blight post. You guys don't have any bonuses to the provisioners, so... You guys can take over here. How are we on trades? Ooh! I'm okay with that. Because we will make more. Alright, we got some cash back, finally. All right, we can start making pipes. Not very efficiently, but we can make them. Also, we can turn off those coats. Although the harpies kind of need the coats, otherwise they will be sad pandas. So harpies keep coats for now. They also need another harpy house. And then, you know, let's get the bathhouse cooking here. We do need you on bricks. And we can throw one more person on bricks too. Alright, yeah, you two are doing your thing. Just double checking here. Yeah, I don't want to sell our planks. I mean, we could, and then just put the foxes back there. But probably not. Right, at least this will solve the housing issue. Everyone will get back to being much happier once this gargoyle is all done. Like right now. Just in time for more people. 4 foxes. Ooh, but yeah, stone and fabric? Yes, please. Let's make sure you guys are not using our stone in case we need to open up a cache with that. Alright, you guys go back onto here. We need something that gives us harpies need 3 more of these, but I mean, we just need 2 more here, so. And then we need the accoutrement. So a garden and a park. Let's let you guys just do some more efficient trimming up here. Not selling the oil. I paid a hefty price for that. Well, maybe not hefty, but an obnoxious price for that. Yeah, we need something that makes coats, something that makes containers. An artisan, I think, which makes both of them. Well, actually, hang on. We have barrels. We just need more. Yeah, I guess we can do that with barrels, but again, we're going to need metal, which we technically have with the crystallized dew, but not very efficiently. And yeah, you need more accoutrement too. You need another garden, and you need 2 more parks. Because we already have the harmony decorations from here, so this will get us to level 3, which will be very helpful in fixing up our resolve, and it also gives us some double production boosts. Now, I'm not going to necessarily man the bathhouse. All right, you can go back down to here. You know what? I am going to do some barrels. I mean, we need the planks, though, so maybe not right away. What's happening with our food? Where's our porridge? Why are we not making porridge faster? Oh yeah, our gargoyle buddy. Let's make some more porridge, please. So people don't go hungry right into the freaking storm. Please and thank you. Because the porridge can grab, yeah, herbs, and then crystallized dew can grab here. Yes, just in time. Level 3 Ancient Hearth. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's take that. Okay. There's our coats right there. And also diet containers, but coats primarily. We still need something that makes us makes us cloth efficiently, because we do not have that right now. But we can build the clothier to get us some consistent coat production, especially since I think that could use leather. If we happen to have any leather lying around, we'll just use the leather instead of the cloth. Oh yeah, these guys are aesthetics. So actually, we can get 8 planks back from you. And you become aesthetics to count for that. Beautiful. All right, let's get some barrels in here. I don't think we have anything that can use. We need more. I hate to say it, we need more clay. We are actually in need of additional clay harvesting, which is a little bit nutty. All right, we've got bitter rain. Let's get people's clothing on, because we're going to be making that soon. Foxes, they'll be fine. But yeah, we're not making porridge as quickly as I thought we would. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Let's get our blight post fully stocked. So as long as we get this under 100 before this red line goes up, we'll be fine. Yeah, we're fine here. We don't need. Yeah, let's check our sales. Oh yes, liquidate them. In a bit, this will be a good deal. Not right now, but soon. Yeah. Oh, 65 leather. We are making all of these out of leather, and we'll leave the resin since we can make more dye. 100 coats, and yeah, we're making 14 every one of those. Yes, we can make we could make water skins with the leather or the scales. Oof, but we'd need oil. I'm not going to turn those on just yet, but yeah, you know what? We have clearance geyser. We'll use clearance water. Yeah, we need more pipes. Yeah, you guys are just doing nothing but making us more pipes, which is what we want. Ooh, ×2 crit, good. We do need more harpy houses, but we also do need some fox houses. I'm going to build a fox house. Small fishing hut is idle. Yeah, you guys emptied that out nicely. So what other triples can we get with our foxes at the moment? Will it kill us if we... No, actually. We can continue wood cutting into the storm here. Might be worth our while to tap into this so that we can automaton it as well. Yeah, this one, adding this one to the mix doesn't really hurt us. And yeah, that's going to take care of the homelessness. All right, where's our apothecary? We need to start making tea. We are okay with you making clearance water. Still don't have the stuff for the jerky. Yeah, I think what we're going to need is another geyser pump up here and one more automaton to keep up with the needs for the clearance water. Because once this storm ends, I would like to turn on the bathhouse. And now we can actually properly, and in good faith, sell all these coats, because we're just going to make 11 billion more of them. I might also crack open one more glade. Maybe this one. Let's have you guys burrow over here. Yeah, we could use another one of these. Still need something to make efficient cloth, but for now I think we're good. Also, probably should start making more skewers. Yeah, don't have the means for paste. Could do pickled goods, but I don't actually think anyone... the foxes like pickles, but that's a little bit too much work. And we can make it more efficiently at the beanery. But yeah, we should make more skewers. Plenty of berries coming in, though. Yeah, and we are getting +2 to our tea production. We just need the pipes. Oh! Well, that was quick. There we go. Blight rot pruner, 2 and 6 for every 1 piece of bait used in fishing. That could be good every time you cut down a tree during the storm, so that might get us our stuff. Blight rot pruner, rebellious. All right, you know what? I'm going to hold on to those. Need for leisure gives us the tincture. No. I think we're going to do booming economy. What do we got here? More coats. 25 ambers. Let's just keep cranking out those coats as quickly as we can. Oh yeah, let's find 3 more foxes. Oh, we don't have another trio of foxes. We only have two more foxes. That's okay. It doesn't have to be foxes. I want to keep... Actually, you know what? You guys can get out of there for now. We'll turn it on for both of you. We're going to need more. We will prioritize tea. We will connect the pipes. Ooh, nice well-timed crit. Yeah, we're gonna need, I think I'm gonna throw a fox on here to help out with the water production, cause dang. We be thirsty here. Oh yeah, these guys. We don't need to maintain the blight post anymore. For now anyway. Yeah, I want to max this one out. And you know what? Let's focus fire your efforts. Wonder what caused that one. We could turn this into another level 3 potentially. Let's have another person working on this. Still at 45. Ooh, new blueprint. There's our ale. Skewers, biscuits, porridge. Obviously the porridge isn't going to be much for us. The biscuits, I think, yeah, only the humans want the biscuits. The skewers are nice, but it's a little bit limiting here. Brewery, we already have porridge. Rain mill, we already do flour. The distillery for ale, incense, pickled goods is more intriguing. We'll take it. Yeah, this thing's a bit of a chonker of a building. All right, big sell right there. Not selling the tea. And this is what I was talking about at the very beginning of the episode. I was talking about, you know, okay, yeah, our bathhouse is just our second building, but it's our end game win con. Here's our end game win con. I could also possibly push the humans over with, because that will bring them into the blue, but it won't take them out of the blue. So we'll have triple the resolve gain. Eesh, these automatons can't keep up. I made an executive decision that I'm going to have this one pointed up here to clear out these two deposits, just to clear the space. Also, I think I might start making ale. Well, we can make a little bit of ale. The incense, we can make a ton of incense. The fuel is the only thing, but we've got tons of sea marrow at the moment. And then incense can be made into, and actually, yeah, we can do pickles, because the foxes like the pickles. We'll make a 50-er on here. We'll do incense from scales, and we'll do 30 here. We'll brew up. We'll queue up and brew up some ale. Call it 30, just so that we have it for events. Humans like to be in there, huh? Okay. And then we'll have you two. Oh yeah, what was the other one that we wanted to pipe up and queue up? You're cooking. You're cooking. You potentially. Oh, we never did this one, did we? We'll kick that in later. Okay, Redmayne. We need to crack open this glade now. Like right now. So that we know what events are there in case we need to buy something from you to solve that. Alright, what do we need? I'd like to tame you. But yeah, we would need stuff. Harvesting and planting. We don't do any of that there. But yeah, provides 5 insects per minute. I would love to. We're gonna need to buy. What's the cheapest? So 0.69, the pipes or the parts. It's going to have to be the tools, but that's... All right, well, you have them. What perks do you have? Monastery? No. What do you need? How many of these do you need? 12. We only need 12. That's not too bad. In the grand scheme of things. All right. Yeah, let's get rid of some of that. It works. I mean, I'd love to buy some of the materials here. I'd love to buy all this fabric. And maybe if we get some cash coming in. But for now, we need to rescue some of our foxes. Get you out of the pump. Where's our other lone fox? I know we have another loner fox. Field kitchen. And then what do we got here? Some containers would be useful. 2 stone. Do you have 2 stone for us, good sir? You do not have two stone for us. Sadness. Do I have any trade routes coming due? Nah, that one's going to take a while to cook. Do not want to sell that. It's not a very good price for it anyway. Oh yeah, what's this thing? Press. Oh, oil. Heck yeah, oil. Yeah, we don't need the woodcutters camp. Let's rebuild that press. And of course, even more of this. Although we do have some of the... Ooh, flax field. Okay, this is worth building a small warehouse in. Because we have enough nodes here that we want to start gathering. Oh yeah, yeah, I was holding off on this to see if we'd get another pond. No pond, but we have a way to do things. So let's re-roll. Gathering camp production is decreased, but all buildings that use fertile soil have their yields decreased by 50%. That's going to really suck the wind out of our greenhouses. Alarm bells, on the other hand, that one's pretty good. Let's do alarm bells. Oh, right! We can get rid of small press. We can absolutely get rid of that because we have the press, like an actual press. A full-size press. None of this small press. And then, yeah, we could probably... Do we have enough for... Yeah, we used up all of our wildfire essences on automatons. We'd have to buy that. Do you have... You do have that. I probably can't afford that. 3 wildfire essences gets us another hearth. And we know we're going to use these parts. Yeah, coats are just not worth much at all. We need to do trade routes to get amber, and that's the only way. I mean, no, we can also do... we can also make trade goods. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we just don't want to make... not trade goods, luxury goods. We just don't want to make the the tea out of them. We just need some more foxes. Alright, we are definitely getting a harvester's camp here. Actually, yeah, you can be up one further, like that. Probably get another camp here if we have the parts for it. More foxes, more better. Oh, and some stone. Now we can solve for this. Let's wait for you. Actually, yeah, let's wait for you to finish the small warehouse here. We could probably just do a bunch more fox houses. Yeah, that's about what we can fit there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's get you guys in here. And then was there something that we picked that we never built? The distillery. No, yeah, the distillery. Yeah, we're cooking the distillery. We're good here. Yeah, now this is doing a -5 global resolve, which is why everyone got dragged back out of the blue. Also, yeah, we can unfavor the humans at this point. Ooh, this is another triple with the foxes, and we can get our paste on if we had the right raw materials. But we're here for the oil if we had the right materials. Well, actually, this flax is going to help us out, so we don't need to populate it just yet. Okay. We don't need foxes to solve this one. Let's just put the foxes back into wood cutting for now. Ooh, you're low on gears. No, yes. I thought we had enough gears. Purging fire. I've never seen an export route for purging fire, but I'll take it. But first, let's sell lots of that. Let's sell lots of these. And then if the route finishes in time, we can sell lots of these. Yeah, this is, we need that extra part. And she can sell parts. Let's call her immediately. One part is not going to break the bank. I should have waited a few minutes to get that 25 in, though. We could get one more blueprint, but let's see what you got. Nope, didn't bring parts to this time. Could get bonus brick production, but to what end? Ugh. Waste. I have half a mind to attack you. You know? We've got extra people. We've got plenty of room. Yeah, we only lost one person. Ooh, we got the T one. We got Amber. All right, so the spoils that we got weren't actually that good. And maybe I shouldn't have done that while I had a value of goods sold. Let's get a provisioner back in here. Clay pit. Well, all right, that gives us unlimited reeds. But the weaver gets us exactly where we need to go very efficiently. Smithy, on the other hand, though, again, maybe I shouldn't have attacked the trader. Let's go weaver. Although we get the value of goods sold when these come due. So we can call somebody. I'm not going to call her just yet, though. Oh, we are effectively maxed out on coats. Oh, and we can make oil, well, once we get the raw materials for it. Yeah, we kind of whiffed on the... We hit well with the tea production perk. I wouldn't have been able to afford that one either. But yeah, we kind of need the part here. Part of me wants to, because the Blight Post has some parts tied up in it. We're not going to need it just yet. Off from accumulating too many more cysts, we can keep it under 100, and that actually will benefit alarm bells. Yeah. You guys are all locked down. You guys are making pickles. We'll give that to you. We'll give you some boots. Don't have any means of making pie, but that's okay. But yeah, look at all this rep right here from just the bathhouse. Are we not? We have more. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, actually, no. We can make oil out of vegetables. You know, vegetable oil. So as soon as we get the vegetables in there, we will turn all of that into oil. I do not want to take my foxes off of this, because I know the minute I look away, although we have 101. We can turn you off. There we go. Tea doctor, unnecessary. Manufactory, unnecessary. Granary, unnecessary. Tavern, we have the means for doing something with a tavern. We'll take a tavern. We could also eventually get this one up to level 3. Yeah, we can get this one up to level 3 with just a couple more housed people. Like, let's throw a harpy down here. Yeah, the alarm bells wants you to basically skirt the edge of this. So by hanging out at 92% and not dealing with the cysts, we are actually reaping a lot of rewards. Alright, harpy. And yeah, we can do boots too. 30, 50. We don't need training gear. Although we could use that to crack open future crates, but I don't think we're going to be going in that direction. Let's get the foxes here. Wait, no. I want all of the veggies to be turned into. Let's get rid of that. And let's turn on that. You are topped off, that's fine. Yeah, we don't have proper bricks, but that's actually just fine. Oh, you can actually, we have more than enough bricks. I just never set the limit. Alright, so that harpy will bump you up here. Now we just need to get for decorations. Marble fountain. Garden. And then park. And we still don't have the means to get jerky yet. We're almost... So we had a little spillover into the storm. Yeah, this is why I wanted to get the smaller stonecutters camp one. I mean, I might as well start tapping into these. Yeah, we'll sell 12 of those. Oh yeah, coat sales? Heck yeah. You guys gotta get in here and you gotta make me some packs of provisions, please. See, by having our hearth so highly upgraded, it is allowing us to soak up a lot of the corruption. And buys us a little bit more time to possibly solve for although if we can win before we get to the next year, we'll be okay. Yeah, we have plenty of roots, so we might as well just keep brewing. I will assign people to the tavern once the storm is over, and that should be able to vault the humans into blue resolve. Oh yeah, you guys, yeah, do that, but don't do that. We need to actually keep that, but you can use up the incense. Yeah, I know you're out of fabric for now, and we did allow boots for everyone. Yes, yes. Food's running a little low. Not gonna lie. This is why I don't want to keep these guys off of it for too long. We gotta focus fire, yeah. We have plenty of raw materials here from our greenhouses. Do we have anything? Oh yeah, the coats. Okay. Gain 10 jerky for every... Well, that's the one thing we can't do. Meat specialization, nope. Prayer book, nope. Gain 10 skewers for every... Ah, now we're talking. We can get rid of export specialization for that one. Ten buildings? Another Zorg's secret ingredient. We just need one more building piped up and we're done. That's kind of funny. What's a building that has not yet been piped up that needs to be piped up? Done. Yeah, we'll get the foxes here. We will enable leisure. Just for the humans, that's fine. But that should get them boosted up nicely. Oh, the brine works. You're a little bit late, my friend, but you know what? We'll take you. We'll take you, and we'll even make you into give us some insects. Because why not? It's the start of drizzle. Why not? All right, that's giving us insects per minute too. And yeah, you guys are... So we can do paste with... No, not with that. That's... I'm thinking of the different one. Jerky. We can do jerky. With the insects per minute. We'll enable that for whenever we produce it. Alright, you have vacuumed that one up, so we can just get you over here. Spare humans. Provisioner. Geyser pump. I think we're just gonna, I mean, it's very inefficient, but we just need more insects. So we'll let them focus fire on the insects. Oh, well, those are never gonna get cashed in. Leather, no thanks. Oil we could sell. Berries we could absolutely sell. Although that's not gonna, we'll probably have one by then. Yeah, we're two pips away. I think this is a done deal. Let's just make sure we keep up our food production. Or skewers anyway. No, 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 no. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You do not need to use insects. Or meat, for that matter. No wonder we were getting shortchanged here. Yeah, all three are blue. We're in the clear here. More people will get us our stuff faster, so we'll take it. Yeah, foxes are shooting back up then. We'll probably throw somebody back into here. How much hostility of the forest did we... Minus 80 from all the rainwater we're using. Oh, but we won! That's what we're talking about. Ah, that was a good one. And now we get not one, but 2 royal resupplies, which we are going to use. Supply package. All right, folks. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, been Pinstar signing out. See ya.